Welcome to a resurrection-style episode of Monday Movie Pickup. Alright, so it's all Disney stuff today, except in a strange turn of events, somehow, Disney Movie Club returned. This is so odd to me, but if you remember from last year, Disney Movie Club closed. A lot of these exclusives went out of print, supposedly went out of print forever. We haven't heard anything else because, Sony is helping Disney to produce their Blu-rays now, so any thing that's restocked or repressed, it's being done through Sony now. But there was also a deal with Mill Creek that I don't feel like we've heard anything else about, except Mill Creek has been slowly re-releasing some different titles, especially some older 20th Century Fox titles. Nothing that hadn't been on Blu-ray before, but just restocking. But that would be the case with these Disney Movie Club exclusives as well. If they wanted to repress these, Mill Creek could do that. But I have yet to see anything like that. We did see some Disney Movie Club Blu-rays make it to Walmart's, but it was mostly just the animated classics. There wasn't any Disney Movie Club exclusives themselves. So this was shocking because through deep discount, I went to that website after some chatter from the Blu-ray forums, and they were mentioning that a lot of these Disney Movie Clubs were appearing on that website. So I decided to check it out, and what do you know? There they all are. Well, not all of them. I had a list going of all the different exclusives I purchased already and which ones I still need to get. And for the most part, they're not the popular titles. They're not the most sought-after title. I mean, you're not going to be able to see the Witch Mountain movies on there. Pollyanna, those ones are long gone. They're long gone. Luckily, I have a lot of the really popular titles already. Like a Goofy movie, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I have those titles already, so I don't have to worry about finding them, because most of these titles are now going for crazy prices on eBay. Like, people are going insane with what they want to sell them for. So I'm not looking to get Pollyanna for $75. That's just not going to happen. No special features. Sure, it's a cleaned up transfer possibly, but you never really know what you're going to get with Disney Movie Club with the exclusives. So I don't know. I mean, it's probably going to be the same quality as what you would get off of Disney Plus. I know. Here's the physical media guy. I'm not defending it right now, but Disney movie exclusives, the Movie Club exclusives, I mean, they were great, but they didn't get nearly enough of them out. They never had special features, and they were already pretty pricey on the Disney Movie Club website, and to now see them get resold for even higher is crazy. But luckily, these all showed up for $20 on deep discount. The Journey of Natty Gann, John Cusack in it, nothing. I'm not going to really have too much to say about the movies themselves. I should point out it does have Disney Movie Rewards in there, but can't use them anymore. That's another unfortunate thing. Disney Movie Rewards is no longer in existence. Ice Princess with now sadly passed away Michelle Trachtenberg was in the movie. Haven't seen this one in a while. I do remember, I thought I saw this as a kid, at least parts of it. So, and again, there's going to be Disney Movie Rewards in there, or Disney Movie Insiders as it was called later. All these codes you can't use anymore. You got, oh yes, the Cuba Gooding Classic. Cuba Gooding Jr. and Snow Dogs. Oh man, I do remember them promoting this movie, but I don't think I ever saw it. You know what I did see? There's a movie that they made around Minnesota called Iron Will. That's a sled dog movie from Disney. I've seen that. 8 Below, which has the late Paul Walker. Actually a pretty good movie from what I remember. I remember watching that a few times as a kid, but Snow Dogs, I don't know, something about it just seemed too stupid. It's gone too far. The Big Green, during that era where after the Sandlot, everyone had to make some kind of Sandlot ripoff, and well, this is one of them. And the only thing I really remember about this is not seeing the movie, but I do remember in our old video store in my hometown, they used to have a poster of this movie hanging up, but never could find the movie itself, it seemed like. So I don't know, maybe someone rented it and never returned it, who knows. I'll Be Home for Christmas. They considered this an anniversary edition. I guess probably the 20th anniversary, I'm assuming. To call it an anniversary, they would do this all the time with these exclusives, and I never understood why, because then other ones would come out and they wouldn't be called anniversary. And I'm like, you're not specifically waiting to release this movie for some specific anniversary, it just happens to line up this way, and like, putting this label on it will make it sell better. I mean, you're already in a Disney Movie Club. It's all physical media fans buying it. You don't have to appease us anymore. We have here Tom and Huck, literally know nothing about this movie. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, I mean, that was a classic name from the 90s, but really, I had never heard of this movie before until I got a Disney Movie Club exclusive release. That was the first time I had heard of the movie, so no idea what to expect with this one. Never even remember it being on VHS. Gnome-Mobile, which, biggest thing about this is you can see the two actors are the actors from Mary Poppins, so the only thing that I know about this movie is that. Nothing really else to say about this one, but this was one of the last Disney Movie Club exclusives that they released. This was released in 2022, so this was like right near the end where they stopped doing it. I remember too, there was about a year where there were no new Disney Movie Club exclusives, and suddenly they had Gnome-Mobile come out, and I think there was another title along with that, so both of those in 2022, and then they stopped, and then they got rid of Disney Movie Club altogether, which, I don't know, I mean, if that was based on recent sales, I don't know, maybe don't release Gnome-Mobile. There were probably some other titles that you could have released as Disney Movie Club exclusives. I mean, I could think of a few Touchstone movies, I could think of a few Hollywood Pictures movies that maybe would have done a little better, and plenty of other Disney movies that never got released, but luckily, I mean, they got to the entire Disney canon. Saludos Amigos, Three Caballeros, Make Mine Music, Melody Time, Black Cauldron. All those need to be released on Blu-ray. They all got a Disney Movie Club exclusive release. So at least you could complete the Blu-ray collection of the, the Walt Disney Studios animated movies. But man, they missed out on a bunch. And I was hoping with the Mill Creek deal, or the fact that Sony is handling some of their Blu-ray sales now, I was hoping to see more. I was expecting more to maybe come out, but yeah, it's just a dream at this point. It's weird because they announced like a Tombstone 4K, and I was like, that's cool, like they got this older movie, I think that was Hollywood Pictures, Tombstone, they're gonna, let me find it quick. Yeah, that's right, Hollywood Pictures, you got Tombstone. They're releasing this on 4K, randomly announced. I'm sure it's gonna be released, or at least it's gonna be produced by Sony as a Disney release, but yeah, it's not a new title though. I mean, it's on 4K, that's great, but it's not a new title. There's a lot of new titles that have never been released. A lot of from the Touchstone era. Stakeout, Ruthless People, I think even Splash never hit Blu-ray. And then this is kind of random. This actually has nothing to do with those other exclusives, but this is a pretty hard to get set. This is Marvel, the 8-film complete collection, and all it really is all these different animated films that they released through Lionsgate. And these movies, yes, they actually came from Marvel Studios in a way. They were like authorized by them, basically. Like they gave the rights to Lionsgate and whatever companies were making the animation. They allowed them to make these Marvel movies. When Marvel Studios was first starting up, when they reorganized as Marvel Studios around, I think 2005, 2006, maybe even 2007, they allowed Lionsgate to make these different movies, and they talk about it a little bit in that MCU book, like the unauthorized history of the MCU, I think it was what it was called. They talked about these a little bit, but basically these are really hard to get nowadays. You can get some of the individual releases, but this entire collection is pretty tough to find. But I just happened to be looking around on eBay, and I found it for a pretty low price. I got pretty lucky finding this one, so all that much closer to getting a complete Marvel collection on Blu-ray. But that is everything this week, and thanks so much for watching. Thanks for watching the video, and special shout out to Anna, Kirsten, Spencer, and Lucas for supporting me on Patreon. By joining my Patreon, you'll be able to get some exclusive videos, some different vlogs in the future, and you'll be able to request your own movie review. I hope you stick around, Cinephile, and have a happy, productive day.